Hey, you know what? Legit though, that's
your plan?
Well, no, that's kind of what happened to me on my 16th birthday.
Oh.
Right? I woke up and my dad was like, "What you doing today?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "You're 16 now. Don't come home till you get a job." And so I didn't come home until I had a job.
How many days?
What do you mean? How many days?
How many days did it take you?
Oh, I came back. They didn't start me that day, but I came back with a job.
You were hired.
Yeah.
What was the plan if nobody hired you that day?
Not going home.
That's called perseverance.
I
Determination.
I could have crashed on someone's couch probably.
Yeah. Welcome back to the room upstairs, everyone. My name is Bird, and I'm here with my host, like usual.
The TallBeing and that guy.
Mephisjoe.
We use our made-up names here. This is the room upstairs. This is the podcast where we battle out movies, except for when we don't, like today.
Yeah, because we've been off of it for a little. Whoops.
A lot has happened, also.
Yeah.
Not with us, just in movie.
Yeah, that too. That
TV
too.
in
I mean,
general.
both.
Didn't you have a baby?
That's true. Yeah, a lot has happened with us, also.
Yeah.
But there has been a lot of TV and movie news, so that's what we're going to get into today. But we are still going to have our mini battles. We're going to be battling out composers Tom Holkenborg versus Ludwig
Göransson.
It's getting heated.
Yeah.
Battles are getting heated.
This is a good one.
But before we do that, let's get our business out the way real fast, right? Follow us on our socials, Facebook and Instagram. The Room Upstairs
I always
Podcast.
forget the MySpace.
I always forget that one. Not as active on it, but you can find us on MySpace.
Yeah. If you really try.
If you're listening, we're also on YouTube, so you can go check us out on there. If you're watching us on YouTube,
Sorry.
yeah, hit the like anyway.
Yeah.
But like we always say, leave a comment for us. We're talking because we like to talk with people about this stuff. That's why we do our podcast. So leave us some comments about whatever we're talking about, our battles. Go ahead and join in on those things too.
We also do it so that we can go to the movie theater as a tax write-off. So.
That's right. Yeah. See, we use our brains here. Modern problems require modern solutions. So, yeah.
We don't make enough money from this to count it as a tax write-off, guys.
But join us, and then you could help us out with that problem. So, yeah, Room Upstairs Podcast. Check us out. Let's get started with our Conan
battle?
update.
Oh, yes. That. What do you got for us?
So, last time I brought a He-Man update, which is Conan-esque, right?
Same era.
I have brought news that there's a Conan statue available to buy, which is pretty cool. It's Arnold. Today I've got nothing.
Darn.
Nothing. No news on a movie yet. So we're still waiting, but it is still available to watch on, I think it's Prime.
I think so.
So you can go watch Conan on
This
Prime.
is one of those sad situations where no news is bad news.
Yeah.
Yep. Because like you mentioned before, Arnie's getting older.
Mm-hmm.
He's only getting older. We need to get this movie done.
Every 2 weeks that go by, it's just
I know.
I'm just saying the cigars and the steroids, they're going to take their toll.
Yep. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into our stuff then.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to be doing music stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have a composer fight.
You're right. I just mentioned it, too. Okay, let's do this battle.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tom Holkenborg versus Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah, I'm going last.
You going last?
Yeah, I'm going last.
Okay.
All right.
I don't mind going first this time.
I don't mind going first this time. For once.
All right, well, let me give a rundown for anybody that doesn't know these composers or even what we're doing on these battles. So we've got 32
Yes.
32 composers that he compiled. Some of his favorites, all good composers, and we've just been pitting them up against each other, and we vote which one we prefer, and then they move on in the bracket. So right now we're in the regionals.
Yeah.
We've got a long way to go. So you've got a lot of time to catch up on the past battles and then join us on all these upcoming ones. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of giving light to the composers. We're not hating on anybody.
No. The reason they're all here is because they're all great.
They're all good, and it's getting tougher and tougher to choose. So, yeah, we just wanted.
That's why I'm going last.
We just want to shed some
You
light.
guys are gonna sway me. Like I don't have a vote.
Yeah, so we just want to shed some light on composers because that doesn't happen too often. We want to give them some love. Make sure that that you guys go check them out and know who they are and take pictures when you see them out in public. Even though they're probably more like, oh, I'm glad that nobody takes pictures of us. Oh, and speaking of that, I don't know if you have this on the list, but I'm going to mention it. The score.
Yes, I don't have that on the list, but I did want to mention it.
Okay. Did you see the score? No?
I did not.
It's a documentary, basically all about composers
Yes.
and film.
Discovered by yours truly.
Yeah.
And suggested.
It was a good find.
It was.
It was a good find.
I'm
We
very
checked
happy
it out.
with it.
But it's pretty much got all the composers that we have in this battle, which was really cool. So we were able
Hey, I know that guy.
we were able to hear some background stuff on how they created some of the music, why they did what they did, and it's pretty cool. But they also have a podcast where they interview these composers and then get more in depth.
Yes.
So if
I think you guys mentioned this when we were driving the other day.
we must have,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're into all that film, music stuff, definitely check out the Score podcast and the Score movie. It's pretty cool. So, okay, now Tom Holkenborg is
Borg.
Holkenborg. I always say Berg, but yeah, it's Tom Holkenborg, aka Junkie XL.
His stage name.
Yeah,
Good thing he had that XL.
He's 57 years old now. He's got 64 projects under him, including the new Mad Max stuff, Fury Road, and
Furiosa.
Furiosa. Yeah. He did the Sonic movies. He's also going to be doing the new Sonic.
Yes, which we'll talk about later.
Is he gonna do the Knuckle Show too?
I think he did.
Did he?
I think so.
I don't know
Let
if
me-
he's doing
let
that
me
one
see.
or did do that one. He did Rebel Moon and also the part 2 with Zack Snyder. Godzilla, which we will also be talking about. He did Godzilla vs. Kong and then the New Empire. So those are some of his movies. He's got a bunch more.
Yes.
Because it's 64. So he's basically like Zack Snyder's guy.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He did the Snyder Cut. Did you mention that?
Oh yeah, Justice League Snyder Cut. That's really interesting to me. And they kind of go into this in the podcast, is that obviously you've got the original cut of Justice League where it's a whole different composer. And then you have the Zack Snyder one where it's Holkenborg.
Yeah.
And I haven't done this yet, but I want to. I want to go back and check them out. It's just a 4-hour movie. I don't know
got a
that.
whole day.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but usually you'll only hear like, oh, we had such and such composer, but we really didn't like the music, so we went ahead and went with this new guy. And then all you see is the finished product of new guy.
New guy, yeah.
But in this, you could actually
It's a very
see
specific circumstance.
how each composer like approached
Yeah.
the movie and each scene, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is an interesting. It's a really unique opportunity.
Yeah.
as a
Something you
moviegoer,
don't
yeah.
get.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
it definitely wasn't done on purpose. It's just what happened, but it's
Yeah.
pretty cool that we get to see that now. So, anyway, so Ludwig Göransson, he's only 40 years old. Did you know that? Ludwig, he's 40.
Yeah, that's
Younger dude compared to most composers.
Yeah.
And he's got 75 projects under his name, including
What a champion.
The
turning
Mandalorian.
it out, man.
Yeah.
And that is only including movies. Because he was also a producer for
Yeah,
with what's his name?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did The Mandalorian, Creed 3. I don't remember. He didn't do 2.
He did all 3.
Oh, he did all 3? Okay. So the whole Creed series. He did Boba Fett, Black Panther series.
Yeah, you say what you want about the Boba Fett show,
Yeah, it's good
but
music.
that song was slapped.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. His newest thing is Oppenheimer.
Which I believe he won an Oscar for.
He did. He definitely won for that movie. There was a lot of wins for that movie.
Yeah.
And he's basically like Nolan and Coogler's guy.
Yeah.
So that's the two composers we're battling.
Yeah.
It's like a drum off because
Yeah.
they're like both wild on the drums.
Yeah. They do love their drums.
I think this is a really good matchup.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites.
This is a kind of an unfortunate one because, like, against other people, I can see both these guys.
Oh yeah.
They already have one.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, and even some of the guys that are in this bracket, if they were switched around, they would probably beat them.
Yeah.
And move forward, but they're
Against
going at
each
it
other.
already.
Yeah.
So, you want to go first or me?
I can go first. So I
Okay.
have a few notes.
Okay.
So you mentioned how he's Ryan Coogler and Christopher Nolan's guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was not originally Nolan's guy. That was Hans Zimmer for years.
Mm-hmm.
Did all the Dark Knight stuff. He did Interstellar, Inception, and I want to say another one, but I don't remember what. And then Zimmer was supposed to compose Tenet, and a little movie called Dune started production. And Zimmer said, "I want to do that instead because that's my favorite book." Mad respect. And so Ludwig stepped in to do Tenet instead, and now I think he's just sticking with Nolan, and Nolan's like, "I like you a lot,
Yeah.
Zimmer. I'm gonna let him go do his thing now."
Yeah.
He's Dune as far as I'm concerned.
Imagine if that's what he told them.
We're Dune here.
he's just like a big pun guy.
Yeah. No, what's his name's the pun guy, Giacchino.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Holkenborg likes his too.
Does he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen really the titles of his songs, but
Yeah, so Ludwig is really, I think he's about to hit his peak. Like, Oppenheimer, he won for that, and I genuinely do think that's his best work so far.
it's funny you say that because I think that about Holkenborg. He's on a roll right now with Godzilla, with Sonic, with Mad Max. Like those
he's got a bunch this year alone.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, for both of them, they're probably in their prime right now, which makes this fight even better.
And sad because one of them's got to go.
Yeah. One of them's going to go, and then we're going to go watch a movie that the other one composed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we see who should have won now. But for my vote, I'm going to have to go with Ludwig, as he is one of my personal favorites, like top 5 composers.
Okay.
Holkenborg does not make that.
Yeah.
He's top 32, obviously. But top 5, not quite.
Yeah, maybe in the top 10.
Maybe. I would have to really look at that list.
Yeah.
But Ludwig, he just has like a complexity to each and every project that he does that Holkenborg, he's not bad, but he is very straightforward a lot of the time with how he's doing things. I think after watching Godzilla and Kong, that might be one of his best ones.
Yeah.
Just because it's a synthwave soundtrack. That's cool. You don't get those ever.
He does them.
Yeah, he does them in like maybe Mark Mothersbaugh, but Ludwig didn't do that. But Ludwig did do Oppenheimer, which again was really cool sounding.
We haven't seen the movie yet.
Haven't seen the movie, and it's still. I see why the score won. I get it.
Yeah.
Should Spider-Verse have won? That's debatable. I will die on that hill, but
We don't do the voting.
we'll move up one day.
Yeah.
That's what this is for. This is our foundation.
Right.
We'll get to that point later.
Yeah, we'll get our interviews. Of we used to do
Once we
this.
start churning out robots.
So yeah, my vote goes to
So one for Ludwig.
Yeah,
Is it Ludwig?
I think it is Ludwig. Yeah, he's Swedish. I think?
Swedish.
No, I think he goes by the American Ludwig.
Yeah.
I'm sure he loves that.
I know. He did marry an American. So maybe.
He also is named after Beethoven, which I think is so funny.
It's very fitting.
Yeah, like you, sir, were destined.
Yeah.
Like I think.
No pressure.
Yeah, no. I forgot to mention this. Just another quick note on Ludwig.
Okay. You already voted for him.
I know I did, but I keep talking about him just to prove my point.
Okay.
You mentioned he's 40, right? So
Yeah.
he's younger in like this newer generation of composers that we're getting. Him, Bear McCreary, Nicholas Britell, Daniel Pemberton, that kind of group. And in the same way that I think Giacchino is going to go down as sort of the John Williams successor, very jazz influenced, and then kind of classical in how he does a lot of his stuff, but innovative in ways that no one else really is. I think Ludwig is going to be the Zimmer of the current era. I think he has that same sort of experimental energy that he likes to work with.
And literally is walking in his footsteps.
Exactly, yeah. I think he's going to tread in those and then kind of divert at some point and become his own thing, but still the Zimmer successor.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see his career progress, because he's already done so much.
Yeah.
And he's still super young for this field.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else on him?
No, I'm done now.
Okay. All right. So this one was an easier battle for me, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to give both very deep listens.
Yeah. I did go through and listen to some. I really like the Mad Max soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think that's one of Holkenborg's better soundtracks.
Yeah.
The Godzilla movie was so fun.
Yeah.
The music just enhanced it.
Yeah.
He's got just so much energy in his stuff. It's perfect for those movies.
Yeah.
But what was missing for me was like the anthems.
That's something that I think Bear did better with King of the Monsters. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean more so like how Ludwig's got Mando. He's got Boba.
Yeah.
He's got Black Panther. Yeah. Like you hear it, you know what character it is, or you know what movie or what show.
Yeah.
And we talked about it too with Henry Jackman. I think if Holkenborg battled Jackman, I would vote Holkenborg in that.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
He's
got obviously a lot of versatility.
Oh, for sure. Like his sound is just so big too when it's necessary. It's so clean sounding, so big. And it was so cool to hear his interview of like how he makes these sounds.
Yeah, all in-house. Like he's like, okay, give me all the stuff. I want to be the one to figure out how to
and like he builds drums to get the sound that he wants, like huge drums or whatever, multiple drums, layer them, and like to get this real big sound. I mean, it's crazy the work that he puts into the stuff, but it's just missing those, like that's Ludwig, that's Mando.
Yeah,
you know. So I'm going Ludwig also.
Well, he moves on then.
Yeah, he's gonna move on. So you're.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a sweep. Like I was already leaning that direction, right? And for the same reason you're saying, like, when you were talking like the Godzilla Kong stuff, it was good and it was fun, but like it didn't stick with me, and like that's really hard for me because if you're talking Godzilla already has a dope theme song that is iconic, and
it's kind of hard to top that.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to top that, and
it was tough because it felt like it was missing in the movie, right?
It did. Absolutely.
I understand why it wasn't used.
Absolutely.
But man, that theme is just so iconic that like you feel like it has to be there.
Yeah. And the he didn't produce anything that matches it, right? And the soundtrack was fun. It was great. Like I really enjoyed the movie. It was the music really did enhance it. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have those anthems. He hasn't shaped something so specific like that Godzilla theme where you're like, this song is this character, right? Like, but you've got that with Ludwig. You got the Mando theme. You've got Black Panther. You've got the Boba Fett theme. Like, and they all like match the aesthetic of those stories. Yeah, and so for me, I mean, I was. It was tougher. I was on the fence. I was already leaning, but hearing your guys' arguments just like tipped it over, you know?
Yeah, and I look forward to the new Furiosa movie. I was just watching the trailers again. Like the music in there was just so big sounding. It's going to make for some really epic scenes. Yeah. It might be his new best work. You know?
That's true.
So,
and like I said, maybe at the end of the year, Sonic 3 will top even that.
The Sonic movies have been fun, though.
The Sonic movies, they're a lot of fun. They're really great, especially you got kids, right? But that's another for me. Like it's another check against because like right, Sonic kind of already has a theme,
Yeah.
right, from the video game, and
We're not using that very much.
yeah, we're not using that very much, and you're not giving us something to match it
Right.
in the movies, and so
Yeah, and so we have to nitpick, right?
yeah,
Because they're so similar in style. They're both really good, but then you like the only way to pick is like, well, you got to start nitpicking now.
Yeah, we have
And
to.
Ludwig just has those ones that you remember, and Holkenborg doesn't at this point. It's not saying that he's bad, of course.
Yeah.
It's just we have to
have to
start
choose
going like, you know what? I just like this one a little bit better because it makes me feel fuzzies, and that's why we vote that way. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
we gotta cut the number down.
that's right. That's right. So you guys, let us know your choice.
Tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
If we're wrong,
We're not.
yeah. But all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
All love.
So
Much love to both.
Göransson moves on. Who are we battling next?
Next episode will be James Newton Howard
Okay.
of Hunger Games fame,
Yeah.
which I watched Songbirds and Snakes finally. You did not because you were at the hospital with our,
That's
with
right.
our child.
That's right. Yeah.
So
that can't go in our movie
that,
yet.
That cannot.
Oh wait,
but-
have you seen it?
Parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I own it, so I will.
He will
Songbirds?
see it, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, then we can all watch it again.
we can.
Still have to watch Peoples.
I have.
That's priority.
They're starting to pile up because I got two, right? One, the Peoples, which we already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one that is available to watch on Prime right now, I think. And so I would love to get that one knocked out as well.
Okay. Yeah, we got to make time for that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So James Newton Howard
Okay.
versus Christoph Beck.
Oh,
So
this is another pretty even matched one.
yeah, I'm excited about this one.
All right. Cool. Well, that'll be next time. You guys do your homework. Check out James Newton Howard. Check out Christoph Beck. And come prepared for next episode.
Ready to move on to our stuffs?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so
Lightning round, go.
lightning round.
This is the fandoms right
Yep.
here.
This is it. This is fandom for you.
All right.
All right, real quick. Dune 3 officially greenlit,
Nice.
so it's gonna happen.
Nobody cares about that. Keep going.
Didn't flopped.
Yeah.
Flopped.
No one cares about it. The Crow.
Okay.
Hasn't been relevant since the 90s. Keep going.
We gotta do an episode on
We're
that.
definitely going to battle out the Crow movie.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I forgot it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
That's our thing.
Yeah.
I hope
If
the
you didn't
new
know,
one's.
that was our thing that we do.
I hope the new one's good because, I remember the
Have
old
you
one.
seen the trailer for it?
I have,
Okay.
and it confuses me.
Right.
I didn't understand the Crow to begin with, but at least that old movie, it made sense to me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, I can see this is weird, but I'm sure there's a whole genre of people out there that love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
You like the Crow?
I like the Crow.
You just like Brandon Lee, bro.
I like Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee
How can you not?
and Sarah Lee for their pies.
Wasn't Brandon Lee in a movie with Dolph Lundgren? Never. Keep going. Keep going.
I think so, though.
All right.
That should be on the list.
The Penguin, an HBO Max
yeah.
original.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So like the Batman Penguin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
what's
a
his name?
sequel to The Batman.
Yeah, what's the dude's name?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
I keep going.
Yeah. I'm in just because I like the Batman a lot.
I still have not seen the Batman, so don't hear that I hate Batman. I like Batman. I think there's some really great Batman stories. I have read them. I enjoy the character.
No Man's Land.
I just feel like there is a group of fans out there that are really toxic, and
Yeah.
and they do that thing where they're like, oh, Batman can beat anybody. No, he can't.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all right, sure. No amount of preparedness is going to prepare you for a full-on Super Saiyan Goku.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't even have to be whatever the new Ultra Instinct stuff is. Just Super Saiyan 1. Right?
Yeah.
Where he's blasting holes in planets. Okay?
You can't beat that.
He's not
Batman.
Yeah, but he's not beating that. He's beating the arrogance.
Goku's
Right,
not arrogant. Vegeta, I'll give you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Goku is not an arrogant character.
Uh-huh.
He'd be like, oh, he would just poison his food because Goku likes to eat. Shut up.
Before the fight even
We've talked
starts.
about it. Let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. Penguin trailer.
Okay.
Thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
all
mid
that
on
matters.
it.
I'm the only person.
If Colin Farrell's in it, I'll give it a shot.
I'm mid on it.
I like Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
You can't even tell it's him.
I think that's a good of an actor. Yeah. Right?
He can transform his face at will.
Listen. He's not trying to live up to DeVito, okay?
No one can.
DeVito was disgusting as the
He
Penguin.
was. Yeah,
That movie's gross.
I can't wait to watch that.
It's wild because I remember watching that as a kid and I was like, this movie's really good.
I didn't like watching
I grew up.
Penguin part.
You get older, I'm like, oh, this is disgusting.
No, even then I was like, ugh.
Don't look at me.
He's got the black stuff, like,
oh man. Eating the fish heads and stuff.
yeah.
DeVito, man,
Yeah.
that guy's crazy.
Anyway, The Acolyte, which I forgot about until I looked at this list again.
What's The Acolyte?
It's a Star Wars show based during the High Republic era.
I don't know. Keep going on.
Yeah. This is the first one that I saw. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care
I'm
about
not
this.
against it.
Wait, is that is it live action?
Yeah.
Okay. I only know this exists
Yeah,
because they already
Trinity's in
have
it.
action figures.
Yeah.
And that makes me angry. Right? Like when they're trying hard when the action figures come out long before.
Yeah.
Like one of the things I loved about The Mandalorian is like it came out and people were like, this is amazing, where's all the stuff?
Yeah.
And it
No
took
one
them
was
so
ready
long to
for
get
it.
the action figures out. They like all sold out really quickly.
Yeah. But then you get mad because you can't find it.
Yeah, but they keep churning them out because they want to make money, right?
Oh, for sure.
But now they're like, you're gonna love this show. Here's all these figures. And I'm like, there are
Yeah, I
those
don't
folks
think
who are
that
gonna just
it
buy
doesn't
them
work
anyway.
that way, right? Like, you don't buy it before you see the product.
There are a lot of people who do, yeah.
Well, you're talking about those toxic guys, though.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're one of them, I'm sorry, but you are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of my like toxicity,
I
because
get
I
that.
used to be in there. I used to be one of those guys like, this is not how it is in the Marvel comics.
I think that everybody passes through that every now and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Take your little walk through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna hate on this really hard.
Similar to like a Calvinazi,
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. No.
all right, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't care about it very much.
Mm-hmm.
It looks all right. I remember when they announced it as a Sith-centric show, or at least a main character that was a Sith, and I was like, okay, that's cool. The trailer does not look like that at all.
Yeah.
There was like no Sith.
Yeah, there was, wasn't there?
There might have been one Sith,
Yeah.
but it looked very Jedi-centric.
Wait, what period does this take
But
place in?
it's
The High Republic? I don't remember how long before Phantom Menace that is. I'm going to say like 1,000 years. Or
High Republic, like that would be like full on like a Sith planet, wouldn't there be?
You would think.
yeah, I don't know. If to me it felt like it was
So this is like 1,000 BBY.
Nerd reference.
yeah, it felt like the origin of this one particular Sith.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know.
they were Jedi. That's why we see a lot of Jedi stuff, and then they're turning.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me, but I don't know.
Well, that reminded me
We
of
got that
something.
once.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah, I know.
it's called Star Wars Old Republic.
Yeah.
It's a video game.
Oh, yeah. I need to play those. I don't have this on the list, but I just remembered this. I'm going to do it real fast.
Okay.
That James Mangold? Is that the...
Director of Logan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So his Star Wars movie that he's doing.
Oh yeah.
The Jedi Origins one. That's like first Jedi character. Got a writer, and it was the same writer that did the prison arc in Andor.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's going to take place in prison.
We still don't know anything else about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to free yourself.
Yeah. All right, another Star Wars trailer. Tales of the Empire.
Ooh, Star Wars is all over right now.
Yeah. It's almost May the 4th. I'm sure we're going to get more announcements that will never come to fruition there, too.
Yeah.
This is another one that I'm
I'm not hyped about this, but I think it'll be cool.
You know what I say? Move on.
Fair. Thrawn is in it.
Just remember, I love Book Thrawn, so I'm like this. This is one of those rare instances where I'm like full toxicity, man.
Okay.
You haven't walked through that yet.
Right? Like, because Thrawn showed up in the show, and like we talked about it, right? Like he wasn't menacing, he didn't do anything. Like why is he important? It's the same problem I have with Kang, right? Also, why was he old and overweight?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an alien. He's a chiss, man. Like, wow, I don't know how they age, but he didn't have to be old and fat. If I want to watch, I would have just filmed myself in my bathroom if I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Blue makeup.
All good points.
There we go.
All right. Well, where's that?
Okay.
I think that releases May 4th, actually. I'll watch them.
Did they announce Andor 2, Season 2 or something?
It's announced. There's a slight possibility it releases at the end of this year. It's done filming. Mm-hmm. So is the first half of the new Daredevil show. Because they're doing it in 2 halves. So there's a slight chance that comes out this year, too.
Yeah,
I watched like 20 minutes of the first episode of Andor.
Yeah. Wait, you didn't watch the whole thing?
The first season?
Yeah.
I got about 20 minutes in and then my daughter needed me. So,
okay.
No.
That is my favorite show of all time.
Of all time?
As of right now.
Of all time.
Yeah. Listen, we'll get to the other contender for favorite show of all time later. But it's not the show you're thinking.
Which one are you thinking? My Little Ponies?
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean,
when I was 8.
Didn't this guy, didn't he like, was Planes, was that a movie or a show?
We don't talk about planes. Speaking of planes, Transformers.
Oh, yeah. So, that was a good transition.
Speaking of transition, Transformers.
Yeah. That was better.
That was not better, man.
All right. So, Transformers.
Yeah.
Like my hat.
Yeah.
I was trying not to say it. Yeah, so I watched the trailer, which was way too long.
For Transformers 1 is the name of the movie.
I hate when they like do
animated
these
show.
super long trailers.
Movie,
yeah, I hate when they do super long trailers because I'm like, I feel like they just like
I just saw the movie.
all the good parts for sure. Like there's not going to be a surprise or anything. That's why I try to avoid trailers most of the time anyway. But on top of that, I was really confused because they had like the 2 leads there, right? And I was like, what is happening right now? And then I actually watched the trailer and I was like, this looks like it could be fun.
Yeah.
It's a different iteration, right? Yeah, different take.
I think it's going to be like the Mutant Mayhem.
That's what it felt like. It was.
It feels like they're pushing everything towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of silly and goofy. So it's an origin story basically of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a young Optimus and Megatron.
As friends still.
I think you mean Orion Pax and
B16,
B13,
K16,
C17 or something.
Yeah,
it's number teen.
Yeah,
or letter teen,
something like that. Yeah,
I'd be so mad, right? Like, all right, we're naming everybody today. Orion Pax, C17. What?
That's not a name. That's a designation.
I wonder which one of us is going to end up being a good guy.
Yeah. But then that's why you do what like Bumblebee was doing. He's like, you know what? I'm trying to come up with a different name though. So,
yeah,
you got a talking Bumblebee in this.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he seems like, right out the gates, you're like, why is he a clown?
Yeah. Okay, so Transformers 1 is what it's called.
Yeah,
it's animated. It's a movie coming out in theaters only first. Yes. Chris Hemsworth is Optimus. Mm-hmm. Brian Tyree Henry is Megatron. Mm-hmm.
Michael Key is Bumblebee.
Keegan-Michael Key. And then Scarlett Johansson is RC.
Yeah.
Is it RC? It looked like RC to me.
I think it's RC.
But
and then there's other people in the movie.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is in it. Steve Buscemi's in it. I forget who else. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be fun. But like I said after we watched it, I don't know how I feel about my hero. Yeah. Being turned into like this goofy, silly like teenager.
Yeah, because that's what we are.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll watch it.
Yeah,
but the actual rating, of course, will be.
So here's a question for
you.
Let's say we do get a greenlit Conan project, and it comes in this vein, right? It's a goofy. Young. Still voiced by Arnold. Young, goofy Conan. Growing up, learning to be the destroyer.
That's not what I want. That's not what I want.
You want King Conan.
I want the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. He's sitting on his throne. I want that story. So, I'm going to watch it. Yeah. But
that's not what we want.
So
it's a monkey's paw situation.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. Like, King Conan. If you get a flashback, it's Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah, that's how you cameo him.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Yeah. No need for that de-aging business.
Yeah, yeah. Even though he's getting older too.
He is.
So
we'll come back to Jason Momoa too.
But they
And
could
not
use,
because of Aquaman. We
they
still didn't
could
watch
use
that.
the
Because of Stargate.
young Conan, the guy that played young Conan in the Jason Momoa movie. He's probably like in his 20s now. So they could use him, in the flashback. All right, go.
Yeah. One more trailer.
Okay.
Joker 2.
Okay.
Folie. I don't know.
Fully,
Joker 2.
fully loaded. Yeah, pass. Go. I saw the first one. It's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in watching it again. I'm not interested in watching the sequel.
Fair. I still haven't seen the first one. I will eventually. Maybe watch this one.
Yeah, so this trailer didn't make you want to see the first one.
A little more, yeah.
A little more?
Okay, cool.
I'm on the fence on this one. I don't know if... I don't think this is going to be one that I'd like run to the theater like we got to go watch this at the movies.
Yeah, no. This will be a few weeks in.
Yeah. The first one, like, at least, like, I had that twist, right? Spoiler alert, sorry. Like, I mean, it had a decent twist in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to get away with that again. So, I mean...
This one's a musical, though.
So, it is, but it's not.
Yeah. There's no original music.
There's musical parts, but it's not a musical.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, so Grease is not a musical because there's parts that are music and there's parts that are not.
Yeah.
It's not Hamilton.
Maybe because it's not original songs.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what the word is from
Pretty sure
the
Grease is
director. He said it's not really a musical like a traditional musical, but there's musical components to it.
Yeah, that makes it a musical, man.
Hey,
You watched that? What's the one with the Nazis
It's not
and the kids?
fantasy.
You know
It's
what I'm
what? Sorry.
Yeah, the one with the Nazis and the kids.
Jojo Rabbit?
No, the old one.
Newsies.
Where they're on the mountain
Swing
singing.
Kids.
The Sound of Music?
The Sound of Music, yeah. Right?
Right.
There's long stretches with no music.
That's true.
Nazis show up.
But it's a musical.
It's a musical. Because
Yeah.
there are musical components in it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the original songs.
Okay.
Because that's all original songs. Well,
All right, well,
I think there's some
I'm
covers.
going
But
to
anyway.
reaffirm. Not
Yeah.
interested. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all of our trailers.
Okay.
Here's a few casting news pieces.
Cool.
We've got the Silver Surfer cast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that lady.
Yeah. Who will not be playing a version of Norrin Rad because Norrin Rad is in the movie.
Okay.
We just don't know who's playing him yet. But this girl, Julia Garner, is going to be this universe's Silver Surfer.
Noreen Rad.
Norrin Rad.
So, how mad are we that this is a girl playing Silver Surfer?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Galactus has
There's
had
the Silver Surfer.
he's had a whole mess of like
Heralds and
heralds,
such,
yeah,
yeah.
and a couple of them that I can think of have been ladies. Don't have a problem with it. I mean, don't know why you would cast her as a Silver Surfer, right? Like, pick one of the other ones.
We got Firelord. We got
Well, no, but I'm saying like he had
Out of the other ones.
female heralds. Just get one of those. They're still power cosmic. They're gonna be the most powerful person in the room aside from Galactus. Like, you can still have a love story. You can do all the same things that you would do with Silver Surfer.
yeah. But it's another character.
But
You're
it's
not
a
making
different
people mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because I get it, right? We don't have enough strong female leads doing things, but we don't got to poop all over the male characters to do it.
Yeah. I think the fact that they're specifically having Norrin Rad still be in the movie is something. They're doing something, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, as long as it's not an actual, like, what you just said, where
Yeah.
we need to put more girls in it, so let's make it a girl.
Yeah.
Then, if it's telling the story and it's a girl, cool. But if they're doing it just for that reason and that comes through in the movie...
My fear is,
Yeah.
like, Norrin Rad's going to be the Silver Surfer, but then he's going to, like, sacrifice or something, and, like, she's going to become... Silver Surfer is not a title.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's one guy.
it's one dude, yeah. Like, it's not like the Thor. Thor is...
That's a title.
That's a title.
That's why
right?
Jane Foster. She's Thor.
Yeah.
What's his name? Thunderstrike was Thor for a while.
Thunderstrike was Thor for a while. Yeah, you got Throg, right? It's just I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, but it's supposed to be this. They've cast Galactus.
Okay.
And did you see who it is?
No.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, what?
Oh man, that's gonna be a good-looking Galactus.
That's an interesting one.
That's not outright confirmed yet.
Yeah.
But basically confirmed this is Galactus.
They're just hitting all the
So here's my theory.
diversity spots.
Yeah.
No, here's my theory, because we've got what's his face playing Reed Richards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. He could definitely be Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this takes place in Spain, right? And I don't know if you know a lot about Galactus, but when he appears,
Cuatro de Fantástico?
when he appears to like people, they see him based on them and their experience, right? So like when we see him, he looks like this big human dude. When the Kree see him, they see him as like this big
Creed.
dude. So if it takes place in Spain
Interesting.
and he appears, he's gonna look like a big
Big Spanish
Spaniard,
guy.
right? With a nice accent.
Fantastic, actually.
I'm just trying to make the movie better.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's not too late, Marvel.
Right. You can do reshoots.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think they started filming yet. So
Oh, yeah.
There's
Even
still
better.
plenty of time. Yeah.
We only ask for toy selling rights. That's it. You don't have to give anything up front. Just give us a little cut off the back end of the toy sales.
Yeah, all I want is the Antonio Banderas faceplate that I can pop onto the Galactus.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has cast Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And it is Keanu Reeves.
This is
That's
a
an
good one.
amazing cast.
Yeah, I'm down for this one. I can hear his voice coming
These
out of
movies just
Sonic
get
already.
better and better.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because the first one was really good. So fun. Second one was really great. And I was like, Idris Elba,
I like
what
the
a weird choice. But it worked, right? Like, especially that part where he's like, ... dot, dot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
who knows what kind of fun we're going to get with Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
in this thing.
I hope they kind of parody how like over the top and edgy Shadow is sometimes. Because I feel like that's one of the reasons they got Keanu
yeah.
Reeves.
Have you ever watched that Be My Maybe movie?
Mm.
Okay, so when you get a chance,
I feel like you told us about this.
yeah, you need to. It's on Netflix. You got to watch it. He is over the top Keanu Reeves in that.
Yes.
It is worth your time just for that.
Just
it's a good
for him.
movie. I really enjoy the whole movie, but
just for
but
Keanu
his
Reeves.
cameo is chef's kiss, man.
Well, we'll get it in Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you two won't care about this as much as I do.
Oh, I'm gonna stop listening then.
Yeah. The live action Minecraft movie finished.
Oh,
You know what? I saw the cast. I'm in, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jack Black is Minecraft Steve, and this is blatant Hollywood whitewashing.
They didn't get blocks?
They didn't get blocks!
I don't know if you can call that whitewashing. Like this is like Hollywood rounding or something, right?
I mean, the whole movie was going to be that
I
anyway.
mean, his name is Jack Black.
Oh yeah, but I saw a picture of the cast.
Good point.
And I was like, I don't care what this movie's about. Like, I'm gonna
It's a
watch it.
wild cast.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? I don't know who else is in it.
Jason Momoa
Okay.
and some other people that I don't remember. Hold
And
on.
it's live action, right?
It is live action.
Which is the weird part.
Yeah.
Oh, what if they do suits like they did in the original Dune? If they just walk around like the Dune movie.
All right. Steve Carell is in
Okay.
it. Danielle Brooks, Jennifer Coolidge, Kate McKinnon, Jermaine Clement.
So it's gonna be like a comedy? Like,
guess
I mean,
so.
these are-
Everybody there has comedy chops. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely going to be a funny movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like going serious. They're leaning into like this is in my mind. This is going to be like someone gets sucked into this weird world or something.
Oh, I'm
Right.
very sure that's what's
and it's just it's in my head. It's going to be very much like the newer Jumanjis.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm imagining too.
I could be way wrong, but I mean just based on the cast,
but there's gonna be no blocks, is what you're saying.
I have no idea. If there are blocks, great. I'm just saying based on the cast, I'm in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't know a
weird,
whole
right?
lot about Minecraft.
There's not a lot to know. There is lore, but I don't know very much of it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's weird when they do these types of like, what do you build off of?
Yeah.
I mean,
Build.
How
Yeah.
do you do a Mario movie, man? Like,
yeah,
At
but
least-
Mario has lore.
yeah,
At least
so does Minecraft.
At least Mario is like,
I guess.
go save the princess from Bowser.
Right.
Minecraft
you
is-
could easily build off, and
There
there's already
is technically
worlds.
a story to Minecraft.
Hey, you're supposed to beat some sort of dragon or something.
Yeah, but
Well,
you don't
it's
even
like-
have to do that. It's just do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's like the Monopoly movie though that we were talking about.
I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to be hilarious.
Look, I'm just saying, if it worked for Jumanji, I think it worked for this.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's
Jumanji.
an awkward.
We'll see.
We in Florida?
Those movies are very funny.
They're great.
Everyone knows you don't go to the water with a backpack on. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I got a backpack on.
They got so many good parts. Like what is it called?
Smoldering intensity.
My weakness is cake.
I think it means you can't resist cake.
Oh man! Wait, so have you guys done Jumanji yet?
We haven't. We got to do Jumanji.
No, but you know why we haven't done Jumanji?
It is technically a sequel.
That's why.
That's true. That's true.
Because we do reboots and remakes. But yeah, it's a sequel.
It felt like a reboot.
It did.
Soft reboot.
Yeah, but
As we're calling
it is a sequel because it does reference the original one.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Well, a few miscellaneous movie news.
Okay.
The Matrix 5.
Oh gosh, yeah. I saw something about
There
that
was
and I
a
just
4?
kept moving.
Was there a 4 for real?
There was a 4.
I don't remember a 4.
Yeah.
No, nobody liked it from what I saw.
It has a new director. It is Drew Goddard, who is known for almost directing a bunch of MCU movies and then getting pulled aside to do other stuff.
So he gave up, like, you know what? I'm not going to do these MCU movies.
There's a chance he was going to do Spider-Man 4.
No, I think
and
it was
he
more
got
like
pulled into this instead.
I think it was more like he was like working on the movie, and they were like, "Listen, we just need you to film this one scene, okay? And it's going to take you months to film this scene because we need it to be very, very specific."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
he also did the first 2 episodes of Daredevil.
okay.
So
I mean,
he wrote them.
Not interested.
I
Let's
haven't
keep going.
watched 4.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Even for Matrix 3, I was like,
Yeah, I'm
I've seen
gonna be
the
really
first
honest. Yeah, the first one's great. Even the second one, I was like, I'm not into this.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it better when we were in the,
in the real
in
world.
in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the simulation.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first one was like the best out of all of them. Second one, I would still watch again.
Third one.
I mean, I would still watch it again, but like it's over. It was over for me anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's supposed to be over with the first one, and then they got doomed.
Is Keanu in it still?
yeah,
We don't know.
Was he in the fourth one?
Yeah.
yeah,
How the heck did they do that?
he's John Wick.
That'd be funny if he literally just was John Wick.
He looked like John Wick still.
Yeah, man.
Like his.
If
beard.
I was him,
We
I would
still
have
have
to
to watch
I ain't
4.
shaving and cutting my hair for you.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I want to see those.
They're
Okay,
good.
what else?
This one really big, especially for us.
Mhm.
The Last Ronin is getting a live action
Oh yeah,
R-rated adaptation.
I'm not happy about the rated R,
Yeah,
but I
don't love it either.
but I am happy that they're gonna do a live action. I think it's gonna be great.
I hope it takes the look of the original Ninja Turtles movies and
Yeah.
modernizes that a little, but
I
makes it
agree.
very obvious that it's like
My
It's that
big
one.
hope is practical effects.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
there's nothing wrong with CGI. It definitely has a place, but the more practical effects that you can use, the less you have to rely on the CGI to carry everything.
Right.
And I think we've proved recently, like if your CGI is supposed to be carrying the whole thing, it's just not gonna right.
Ant-Man 3.
De-aging.
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
rattle off a whole list.
Yeah, Paramount is doing the movie, but we don't have any other information yet, right?
Nah. I think it has a producer and a writer. But other than that,
Who's that? You know?
I looked them up, didn't
Yeah.
recognize anything.
Yeah, I've got high hopes for this one because I feel like they know.
How beloved it is
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
We'll see.
I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah. All right. The big 3
Okay,
final things.
okay.
Zorro season 1.
Okay.
New contender for my favorite show of all time.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was really good.
You didn't see it. We saw it. You have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I do.
You should
You
watch
said this
it.
it's Spanish though, right? All Spanish.
It's originally in Spanish, like from Spain.
I don't speak Spanish.
Neither do I.
But it's you can dub it. You can obviously put subtitles. The dubbing is really good.
It is a really good dub.
Like,
So I mean, you guys, when you guys were talking about it sounded really
dubbed the first
interesting. So, and I love Zorro. Like,
yeah.
if you do Zorro well, it's so fun and good adventure. Right?
it's a slightly different take from what I've seen in Zorro stuff.
Gotcha.
But it was done well, and I mean, it was an enjoyable show. Like we mentioned when we watched the first whatever episodes, we talked about. I mean, the acting, the music, the scenery.
There's a very specific style to the entire thing that I really love. Like the moon is turquoise.
Yeah.
Every time it's night, there's like yellow. There's random pink backlighting. We don't know where that's coming from, and the moon shines turquoise.
Yeah,
I
it
got
looks
no problem
so
with that.
cool.
You know, this is the deal. Like, I think we talked about this not long ago. Like, there's such a big push for realism, but like, if you want to do something, you want it to stand out. Like, stylize it, man. Like, let's look at how successful the Spider-Man Across the Universe and all these guys.
Right.
Like, there's very little realism right there, right?
Yeah.
But like, they work because they have an aesthetic that is theirs.
And it's because the story itself was captivating enough story, and that's what
At the end of each episode, I was like, okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, and that's why I think this Zorro show works, is because the story itself is. There's a lot, like, it's a little muddled.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that's going on through the whole show.
I think that's the weakest point is the finale. Because like the episode before the finale, I was like, oh yeah, this is all about to go somewhere.
But
and
here's
then it just kind of deflates. It's
right.
Like,
But here's what I liked about it, though, is that they didn't necessarily try to wrap it all up in the last episode.
Yeah.
So like all these things that it was building up to, some of them got wrapped up, but the other ones are still there, ready for season 2.
Yeah, we're gonna have a season 2. You know,
So-
I'm really hoping for.
My hope with things like this is that there's an end goal in sight, right? Like, because you don't want to run into like the sitcom problem where
you just keep
you
going.
just keep going and going. There's no aim, there's no direction, and like you can't do real character development because if your characters change too much, there's no going back, right?
Yeah.
And so they just stay static, and nobody wants to see that for too long. So
Right.
like, it's cool to have like an expectation season 2. It sounds like the aesthetic is really great and works with the story and stuff. Like when you guys were talking about before, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'd
Still didn't watch it, but
I'd still, I'd like to find the time to watch that and all the other things that
keep popping up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Well, that's
fun to find.
Definitely a recommendation if you like Zorro for sure.
Or if you just like an action show.
Yeah, but I mean, I was saying if you're a Zorro fan, definitely watch
for
it.
sure.
But yeah, if you're looking for an action show, check it out.
if you speak Spanish.
If you speak Spanish, check it out. If you don't, the dubbing is really good.
It is.
If you're a fan of Antonio Banderas, check it out.
He's not in it, but watch it anyway.
He did play Zorro, so you'll be reminded.
Yep.
It's on Amazon Prime. I think
Yes.
it's only on Amazon Prime. So if you have that, go check it out.
It's 10 episodes, I think.
Yeah,
They're like 45 to an hour each.
Yeah, the fighting is intense, but there's not like a lot of blood. There's not like a lot of bad words in it either, or anything like that. So you can watch it with kids or whatever. I mean, it's a good all around show.
All right, we went to watch Godzilla X Kong, or as he's pointed out, Kong X Godzilla.
Yeah, because there was a main character.
There was a main character.
Yeah. Even though, first,
Yeah.
I liked the movie.
Yeah, it's a dumb movie.
It was the three of us. We went with Hayden too.
Yeah. You know who you are.
But I liked the movie. I had a good time watching it. Like we mentioned it with Holkenborg. He did the music for it. I mean, it was one of those where you just go and have a good time with your friends watching a movie.
My review to my friends of it was, big stupid movie, made 0 sense, 8 out of 10.
I wouldn't say it made 0 sense.
I don't know, man.
I felt like the story was for what it is, right? The story worked.
It worked.
I mean, it's a shame what they did to Rio de Janeiro, but
For
They didn't
any of
stand a
those things.
chance.
especially Rio, though, man.
Yeah, they were frozen, and then they were melted, and then they were.
Yeah,
trampled.
it was part Planet of the Apes, part Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
It
Godzilla.
just-
Yeah, Godzilla.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
Really great. Like, and that's the deal.
I like the villain a lot.
You don't show up to this being like, I wonder if this is going to win any awards, right?
No.
This ain't -1.
Nah.
No, yeah. And if you
And
come,
we knew that.
If you come
Yeah.
expecting any of that, like you have lost it, right?
Right.
Yeah, and we knew that. We came in, and man, it held up. They had what's his face that was played Legion. Man,
Yeah.
he was phenomenal.
Trapper?
Yeah, Trapper was his character's name. That was really great, right?
Yeah.
There was some baby swinging. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was loaded with problems,
Yeah.
for sure.
But I don't care.
But it didn't
what
matter.
Kong Godzilla movie? Not -1, or is not though, right?
Yeah. But I think
This
this one
is-
was a little bit more than
Maybe
some of the other ones.
Yeah. I think this is my second favorite of them. Like, okay, I'm gonna.
What's
rank
number
these.
1?
Okay.
King of the Monsters. That is one of the best kaiju movies of all time.
This is, pretty
This
good
is
movie.
excluding -1, right?
Okay, yeah. So I'm doing only MonsterVerse.
Okay, MonsterVerse.
Bottom, Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay.
I don't actually like that movie very much. I think the fight scenes are okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think the final battle is pretty cool with Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
But I think there's too much humans in that one. I don't
Okay.
like that one.
The
Next.
humans always seem to be the weak point of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it this time too, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a scene where like the submarine is following Godzilla, and like
Yeah.
they're like, he's going into so and so's cavern, like
He's powering up.
Yeah, he's absorbing all the radiation. Like, we didn't need you to say that. Like, it's pretty obvious what's
Yeah.
happening.
Did you need to be in the movie right now?
Yeah, that was like if we have any slow viewers, we just want to make sure that you know what's going on, right?
Either that or it was like, you know what? I got a part I could write in for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
It's my cousin's brother.
Yeah. We all got one of those.
Yeah. But I agree, because and I understand that they help push the story forward, right? Because that's hard to do with two giant monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, every single one, you're just like, I mean, these guys just make more problems than.
I mean, it's crazy that you can get more emotion out of Kong and his buddies than like the
His scenes were the best scenes.
and
that's why it's Kong X Godzilla.
Yeah, I think that's why it focused a little bit more on Kong, because he's like, he's more human, like he's more relatable to us. And I think it might be like an American thing too, like how we talked about with, some overseas movies. Like Americans don't like those types of movies.
Yeah.
So I think we need to see like a person, and Kong is more that than Godzilla is.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Plus, you could do a whole lot of expressions with his face. He does a sign language so they can actually communicate and they can tell you what's going on without having to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
But his scene with the Scar King when he first
Where there's
shows up,
no
that's
talking
a
at all.
great scene. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That
again,
scene where
it's
where Godzilla's charging him, he's like,
Yeah.
Come
on.
waving his arms like, no, I'm not here to fight.
but Godzilla just does not care. But that's kind of what I'm talking about, is like we're seeing like everything that happened with that scene with Kong and Scar King and all the other apes. It's all stuff that we are familiar with as people. Like we know what these certain gestures and movements mean.
Yeah.
So when we see it, we understand it. You can't do that
as
with
well with a big lizard.
Yeah. So that's why it worked. But yeah, I mean, it was done so well. Like it was fun to watch it. You're just like, oh, they're just making fun of him right now.
Yeah.
Like he's just clowning on his mom. So yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. The fight scenes were also good. Godzilla didn't do a drop kick on
It's
this
not.
one,
And it's a real shame.
but he did do a suplex.
That's
Like he
true.
just
That's what this movie felt very wrestler-ish.
Yeah.
Like, just the way everything was framed and
Except
stuff.
for that, the Scar, or whatever, the Star King or whatever he was, like,
Scar King.
he straight up felt like like a martial artist, man. Like the way
he's
he
a
stood.
menace.
Yeah, he was a menace. But like it was like some of those old kung fu, like the super arrogant bad guy. Like
he's shown up.
Yeah, and you know,
good.
you talk about us like needing the I don't know, the characterization, like you got that from them, right? Like it was very clear that he was like arrogant. It was very clear he's an adept fighter. Like he never had to say a word.
No.
Right, because we've seen it before
Yeah.
in actual like people movies.
Yeah.
Now we're just seeing it with animals, so we're like, oh yeah, I know what that means. I know what that guy is.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie is just preparing us for that next Planet of the Apes. You know.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely the ape time right now.
Yeah.
Except they're gonna talk.
Boo.
They're gonna just go ahead and give us
The dialogue.
all the dialogue that we
He's
need.
powering up.
Yeah.
Why did that monkey say that?
So,
All right, so I got to finish my tier list real quick.
oh yeah,
yeah,
okay,
that's
yeah.
My ranking.
Yeah.
So the worst one is Godzilla versus Kong. I don't want to
Okay,
rewatch
hold
that
on.
movie.
What are the movies?
Okay,
here?
so it's Godzilla,
Mm-hmm.
Skull Island, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, the Broderick Kong or Zilla.
Huh?
The Broderick Zilla.
No. That's not part of the monster movie.
Yeah. Versus Kong,
Did you say Skull Island
New
already?
Empire. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So 6 of them.
I think there's 5. Godzilla, Skull Island, King of the Monsters versus Kong, New Empire.
Yeah. 5.
Okay.
Okay. So worst one is versus Kong.
Okay.
Skull Island is next. I think that one's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
No. First Godzilla's next, because that one's not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of the stuff in it. I think it does some really cool Godzilla stuff, but it's not very fun. Like, I don't want to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, I
very
think that
badly.
movie had maybe 10 minutes of Godzilla in it.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
think
See,
is
for me,
fun.
that one
have
is the bottom for me because it was also so dark.
That's true too.
And like I was turning the brightness up. I was like, I don't even know. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what these things look like, right?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of really good epic shots in that
Yeah.
movie.
There's a clear vision for that movie, which I can really appreciate. I just don't want to rewatch it
It
very
was the
much.
humans.
Yeah. After Bryan Cranston dies, it's just downhill.
Yeah, yeah. It really was.
After that, Skull Island. I think that one is.
Now we got Trapper though.
Yeah. Yeah, Skull Island's next.
Okay.
New Empire, I think, has the best opening scene out of any of them. Immediate, amazing characterization for Kong. Like, oh yeah, he sets traps. That's how he beats these wolves. And then juxtaposition with Godzilla just atomic breath straight into this big crab Cthulhu thing and exploding its guts onto himself and roaring. Like, you immediately see who these two monsters are.
Yeah, it was a
And
great introduction for sure.
Yeah, it's a great opening.
Like, this is what you're watching right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they were
waste
monkey-
no time.
Lizard.
They were really good about like framing it that way too. You know,
Yeah.
like they both actually got an introduction.
Yeah.
And they mirrored one another.
Yep. Yeah, even with like getting all covered up with all their.
The ick. Yeah.
Yeah.
How Godzilla revels in it.
Yeah.
He's like roaring.
Man,
and then
you're just really
Kong-
bad at wording right now, huh?
Yeah, I am bad at wording. Yeah, brain no want a brain.
Because I think the word you were looking for was juxtaposed.
Yeah, it was.
We understood.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
And then Kong, like, "Ugh, get this stuff off of me."
Okay, so that
and
was.
then number 1 is King of the
King of the
Monsters.
Monsters.
I think is the perfect balance because it's funny. The longer the MonsterVerse goes on, the more there's like throwing everything at the wall.
Right.
And I think King of the Monsters is the perfect balance
Right in the
between
middle.
let's take a serious look at these monsters and how terrifying they can be, and let's have them fight each other in goofy ways.
Yeah, especially because like this most recent one, like we went to a different world, right? So we don't see a whole lot of except for Rio, sorry. We don't see a whole lot of the devastating effects. Like King of the Monsters and the first Godzilla, like it was clear, like this is a problem, man.
Yeah.
Like these dudes are destroying like
Everything.
yeah.
There
And,
is a giant hurricane that you can see from space, which you
Yeah.
know a big dragon is in.
well, and so it was kind of cool, you know, like they had the stuff where you see that they also are like restoring, like their presence
Yeah.
is like bringing back foliage and stuff like that and
Right.
healing the planet or whatever. But like, come on, man, we got some pyramids destroyed. Like,
Yeah.
bro is sleeping in the Coliseum. Like, we instead of having the guy be like he's powering up, like we could have had some more like, okay, well we just lost 4 more historical sites, right?
Right,
like,
yeah.
Right. Give us some world building.
yeah, like
scene stuff.
Yeah, show us like, because they make mention of like insurance, right, for the
monster stuff.
Yeah, for the monsters or whatever. And that's silly and it's like a throwaway joke, but like legitimately, like
That's
we
some
could
fun world building stuff.
Yeah, we could have more of that instead of just the bystander who's like describing what Godzilla's doing, so that we can.
So we know.
So that we know, yeah, as if we can't figure it out.
Yeah. I was going to say something off of that and I forgot. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I don't have anything else.
Oh.
So, it's good. It's one of the better MonsterVerse movies.
What if the next
Not
one's
minus
called
one.
King of Kings, and it's like Godzilla and like King Conan, and like we just
Any king character is
I feel like they're definitely going toward like crazy stuff.
yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they do some kind of
More
Pacific
aliens.
Rim.
Yeah.
well, that was what
all those kaijus.
that was
come
Hayden's
in.
take on it, right? What's the guy's name?
The Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, Jet Jaguar, right?
Yeah.
He was like the gauntlet that Kong has. He was like he feels like that is evidence of them building towards Jet Jaguar. But like you could also go, well, if Godzilla is the king of Earth, or at least the outer part, and Kong is the king inside, like what happens when those are disrupted by another alien coming, right? And because we have plenty of aliens, destroyer, like, I mean, big creatures that come from beyond that they could face that would be a match for both of them together again, right? And it's, I mean, the only way you can go is more and more extreme, because it's just a ridiculous premise.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's going in the direction of Fast and Furious stuff, where it's just you're just doing whatever now.
Yeah, now it's not just
We're
Titans.
flying to space.
Now they're like Titan superheroes, right?
Yeah.
I kind of hope that's what happens. I think, we build a big mech. We tried to build one that, like Mecha Godzilla was kind of that.
Yeah.
I think, we do that again.
But like armor for them.
Like Pacific Rim kind of stuff.
See, if they went into Pacific Rim stuff, I would be cool with that. I don't know how much crazier I want to get with these movies, though.
I don't care anymore.
Like, it's because again, like Fast and the Furious, they just got 2 out there for me. I was like, I don't want to see that no more.
Yeah, I stopped watching.
I don't want that to happen with Godzilla.
I stopped watching before they went crazy. Like, they were still like kind of taking it seriously. And I was listening to a thing recently, and they were talking about like how there are rules in Fast and Furious, like, because it's a car movie, like they're car superhero people. Like, if something bad happens but you land on the car, you're fine. Like, you could fall 10 stories, land on a car,
You're
good.
you're going to be
That's
okay, because
true.
it's a car.
It's a car
The
movie.
cars are superpowers, right? And I was like, what a why? Like, how off the rails has this movie series gone?
Yeah.
But that's the rule now.
Right. And so I agree with you, though. I'm like I don't want it to go so off the rails that we're like, oh my, they're doing another one of these. Like this one was fun, and we knew it was gonna be fun. Like, going into it, like we knew what to expect. But like, if you start going so ridiculous, like, and that's my fear. If you bring in Jet Jaguar, let's be real, like,
That's a big
he looks ridiculous.
yellow, red, blue.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous, and even like the clips from like old Godzilla, because I'm pretty sure it's against Jet Jaguar. He does the
drop kick.
missile kick. Yeah, I mean,
Classic.
Ain't nobody want to see that, man. Come on.
I think them modeling Godzilla's moves after wrestling stuff, like how he like slams Kong back, they're gonna try to build up to him drop kicking somebody.
Even better if they
50% sure
if they
that
don't
they want to do that.
Yeah.
if they don't go that direction, like no missile kick, right? Like, let's go more modern, right? He goes Undertaker. Start tombstoning dudes.
Tombstone.
Yeah,
Maybe he does a super kick,
yeah. He can do the Stone Cold Stunner.
a little RKO action.
Yeah, we're gonna throw it even further back, right? He'll do the sharpshooter.
He's gonna jump off a building with a flying elbow.
We could get what's his name, the king. Like, he can actually like be a news reporter. Like, oh, he's doing the sharpshooter on him. Like,
No, but didn't Kong do like a flying elbow or something?
yeah, he did something like that.
I feel like he could definitely do some wrestling moves.
Yeah.
Well,
Clothesline into a sleeper hold. Yeah. I don't know. It's this one was definitely like for me at the top of like you're getting wacky, but I'm still okay with it.
How much more can we raise that?
Even when like
so we'll see what
because we finished the movie.
Because there's more coming.
Yeah,
we stood outside the movie theater and like we pointed out all the inaccuracies. We pointed out all the things that didn't make sense or were dumb.
Check out that episode.
But that's the deal though. Like even after doing all that, like I still went home and enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, like because he had that thing, right? That thing is causing the other Titan pain. Like and that's what's helping him control it.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Why don't we see more of those, right? Yeah. What if a human being gets a hold of one of those, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not explained. That's okay. It was still a good movie.
Right. Yeah. That wasn't the point of the movie. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm okay with all that stuff because we could definitely go into all the problems in the movie. We won't do that.
Because we don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But there definitely was a lot of questions. Like, how is there an atmosphere in Hollow Earth and a sun, but also they go down even deeper and then there's a new atmosphere with a sun?
Yeah. How do we just so happen to have a gauntlet that fits on the exact arm that Kong has wounded and has drugs in it that are going to heal him?
I've got a response for that because, like Hayden said, sometimes you just got to make it work to defend your movie. The glove was an ambidextrous glove. It wasn't made for any specific, maybe not even any specific body part.
Have you seen Ape Thumbs?
No, it was made for a hand. They said because it was a power glove or something, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Well, it could be for either hand, I think, because you saw how it would like maneuver and turn into like to fit his arm exactly. So I think it could have gone on either arm and fit however it needed to fit. And that juice stuff was just like
magic juice, man.
It was just for if you're hurt, this is gonna help any kind of hurt. If you got arthritis going, it's gonna help you out. If you got toothache, that thing's gonna help you out. Like
potion of healing.
Whatever it is, it's gonna help you.
Yeah. So. We got a girl who can't speak. Don't give her that juice though. It'll help her out.
Yeah. That was a funny thing too, because we talked about that, how I did like that. How the girl was not really, she was mute, but not really like a mute, like how we know them to be.
From the very beginning,
that's how all of her
as soon as she showed up, though, I was like, oh, she's Mothra. Like, she's going to be the Mothra one.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we knew all these things were going to happen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You know, it was just a matter of like, how are they going to make these things happen, and how much am I going to enjoy the thing blowing up or the guy getting hit?
Yeah.
You know, so.
It was fun. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Fun. I would watch it again.
I would definitely watch it again.
I would watch this
I'm going to watch it when it comes out on streaming. We're going to watch it with Ellie because she loves the Monkey Monster movies.
Yeah, that's true.
So
there's a bunch of Monkey Monsters.
A lot of them. There's even a baby one that she's going to be like, that's a baby one.
And then you can convince her that you're going to do the thing with her that he does with the baby one.
Just fling her around. She'll probably like that.
Does she like Skull Island?
Yeah, she watched Skull
Island. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, that one's kind of terrifying, man.
Yeah.
She
Samuel
jumped.
Jackson be getting crazy.
She
man.
jumped in some parts, but...
She cursed.
She did.
Really?
She did. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good
Was
time.
pause hit at that moment?
No, we just let it roll.
If we don't point it out, it won't happen again.
Yeah, but it's funny because she exactly caught that part, and then Cody comes out, and she said it to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What did she say?" I was just laughing.
Listen, that happened with my daughter. My mother-in-law was watching. Our mother-in-law was watching Live PD, and and something got by the censor, and my daughter said it, and it was like, okay, we gotta stop.
Yeah,
she's 4 years old.
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So
she likes the Monkey Monster.
Yeah,
I would rather watch this movie again before versus Kong. So I think that's a good sign.
I think that I enjoyed this one as a whole more than versus Kong also.
Yeah.
But I did like the Mechagodzilla a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing I think this one could use more of is Matthew Broderick.
If they bring him in at some point.
Look, I'm just saying, in the conversations, that Godzilla is called Zilla.
Yeah.
And is a different entity than actual Godzilla. Way smaller though. So
That's true. How would that work?
Would get murdered by these guys. But
Yeah, but that one died, right? It had babies. That was one was left. Maybe that one's gonna be the big one.
that's true.
There's possibilities there. See, that's another one. We just get.
That was Zilla's basketball player, baby.
Yeah. That's because it was the basketball.
Because the big one, like the tall one, is all you're like, that one's gonna be playing basketball.
Yeah. I get it.
Well, we got one more thing.
Okay.
We're done with Godzilla.
I think. Oh wait, let's rate it.
Spice meter. Yeah. Spice meter.
Okay, so start at 50.
Start at 50.
Go up and down from there. 50 is your average. I made a movie.
Right.
I'm gonna say like a 75, 80.
Okay.
There are too many problems for me to be like, yeah, it was 190 spice.
Yeah, I agree.
190.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think I would probably go a little higher though. Like mine would be like 85 probably, because the problems are problems.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. It was good.
There's enough good to override the problem.
Yeah, and like I said, I would watch it again. Right.
Yeah.
Like if a 0 is like never on God's green earth when I watch this thing, right? And a 50 is like if it was on, I would watch it.
Yeah.
This one's definitely like no, I would go out of my way to watch it again.
Yeah.
All right, so I might regret this rating later.
100.
But no,
No way.
it won't be 100. I think it is overspiced.
Okay.
I think that there's
Yeah.
a lot going on
Gotcha.
that didn't need to be there. So I'm going to say, because 100 is perfectly spiced. It was not perfectly spiced. It was overspiced. Oh, man, I got a nice little wheeze going. I'm going to say 112.
Okay. I can get behind that.
112. Like it was good. Little too much spice in some places.
And where did you fall?
Like a 75 is what we're going to say.
Okay, 75.
I think this is another good example of overspicing, like
Yeah.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You gonna average ours out?
That brings it to a 90%.
Oh wow! Okay,
Well,
90% spice.
It's like 90.6 or something like that.
Yeah. All right. I mean that's what it is.
Yeah, that's
can't argue with the numbers.
Yeah.
90.66 repeating.
Okay. Well, we'll have to write down those numbers and compare them to the other movies too.
Yeah.
All right. You said we got one more thing.
We got one more thing. This is the big one. Everyone's talking about this.
Oh yeah. Okay.
X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Loving it.
So, I have seen the first season of the original show, and I've never watched past that.
For reals?
Yeah,
Ooh, dude, that hurts my soul.
I know.
So I've never seen the later ones when like they send it like the quality gets worse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But like I watched all the way through like the Phoenix Saga, Dark Phoenix, like I mean all that stuff was wonderful.
I want to watch it one day.
So I was really hesitant to come in, but man, they crushed the first episode. Second episode's great. I just watched the 5th episode and was broken, man.
Yeah.
I'm
We're not gonna spoil
no
stuff.
spoilers. Yeah,
Not until this show
I
is
have-
done.
episode 6 is out now. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. Unfortunately, you guys did.
Yes.
Right? So I'm really excited to watch it. But yeah, I'm here for it. They're doing such a good job.
Yeah.
I hope they can keep it up.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's definitely the talk of the town right now. Almost as much as Bluey, but
Yeah.
not quite. But it's close.
I have watched the new Blueys
We
though,
did.
and I
Told
did
you, man.
cry.
I
several
cried.
times.
These cartoons nowadays, man. I don't know if people know that these are kids shows.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a kids show.
I don't think this is a kids show. No, I think it's a cartoon, but it's not a kids show. It's like a Family Guy or Simpsons.
It's weird because like like I can see how like kids watching it like could learn how to play and learn how to process things, but I'm like I feel like there's a lower like a I don't know, an ulterior motive. Like, hey, there's lots of you adults out there that have some trauma and some problems too.
Yeah.
Let's work on that together, right?
yeah. Wait, are you talking about Bluey?
Bluey, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
Bluey.
No, X-Men 97. They just were like, you know what? We're 5 episodes in. Let's traumatize you.
Let's do terrorism.
Yeah, I mean it's been a great show for sure. First episode was like,
Sorry, Mom. I was just like, what? And then they just kept. Well, I was like, what?
Yep.
What, episode 5?
Yeah, they just kept hitting me, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stories going on. It feels like first episode was,
First episode
hey,
is to hook you in.
yeah, it's like, hey, you remember
this
us?
is the X-Men.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then second episode was like, but this is who we are.
Yeah.
We are the X-Men.
That is the best episode so far.
That's my favorite.
I don't know,
so far.
man. Episode
Five
5
is
was
really-
Episode 5 is really good.
But I cannot
But,
get
like-
past like the monologue with the cutting scenes in 2. It just chills.
Magneto's.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. When he takes him
That
up into
at
space.
the same time.
spoilers.
Oh yeah,
That
he takes
was-
him up somewhere.
Yeah, we don't know it.
That was okay. Yeah, that was legitimately a very great scene. Yeah, man, it is tough because, yeah, that scene really. I mean, it was so powerful.
Yeah. 3 has my favorite action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Everything with that villain
Mm-hmm.
character. They're all just great action scenes. I love all the action scenes in this show are so good. Like they feel very anime inspired, which is really interesting to see here.
I love getting to see
It's so
like,
cool.
some of the characters in episode 5. One in particular.
Yeah, I know the one you're thinking.
Yeah,
Do some stuff.
doing some stuff.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Man, it's hard. 5 is hard to beat for me because it just. I don't know. It
changes things.
It does,
in a way
yeah,
that
and
nothing else changes it.
and it really like because if episode 2 is like this is who we are, episode 5 is like
Here's the consequences of
yeah
that.
this is what happens when you have this kind of power, right? Like this is what happens when you think yourselves above the rest of humanity, right? And that I can't wait to see
Where it goes.
what spills out of that.
But the reason that episode 5 works so well is because they have done a good job in the previous episodes,
They did
like
the groundwork for sure.
building those characters, giving us connections to them, caring about the story that they're going through, and then episode 5 happens, and you're like, yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's great too because I mean, just 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, because like, right, one little spoiler, like Madeline Pryor, right? Like, we don't even know.
when that happened.
We don't even know who she is until like episode
Yeah.
3, I think.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And by episode 5, you're like, that was devastating.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're doing such a good job telling
That
the
is a good
story.
job, yeah.
And I feel like now, after episode 6, is when the real story
He's about to
is going to start.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all of this has just been kind of groundwork for
Positioning us for the new
what's actually going to happen.
the new order of things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see because, like, I loved that right off the bat. They were like, because I'm a Cyclops fan, right? I've loved
Yeah.
Cyclops for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
that's no secret. I thought they did him really dirty in the movies. Like, and they had a great actor, man. You got James Marsden,
Yeah.
who even with his eyes covered, like, is acting the crap out of scenes, right? But like they were like, this is why he's the leader in the first couple episodes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he is stomping butt, and you're like,
I
yeah.
get it now.
yeah, and you're like, okay, yeah, because he does that occasionally in the comics. Like, he just like in the comics, though everybody's talking trash, and Cyclops is like, I'm just gonna beat up the whole team, then like
Yeah.
whip him into shape, like, and that would happen from time to time, and you're like, oh yeah, this is why. But like more recently in the comics, like he became like this
He's like the revolutionary.
revolutionary and was at odds with the world and other superheroes.
It's a good character.
And so yeah, it's tough because I'm like I really love Cyclops, and I thought I really enjoyed that turn for his character, and I can see how they could be building towards that, right? But it's X-Men '97,
yeah. So we don't
Right.
know. It's,
Right.
so it'd be really crazy and interesting to see how they do a more modern story like that
set during
that time period. Yeah,
Yeah, and his struggles are so real too. Where he's like trying to figure it out what he needs to do, and the interview that he has,
yeah.
and he kind of blows up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the themes are not simple themes.
No.
There's complexity to this show.
I actually
It's
saved.
more than just like, oh, the humans don't like the mutants, like you were saying. Now it's like, okay, the mutants think that they're better, and now we're gonna show some.
Yeah, I actually saved this thing I thought was really funny. I had seen it before. This one's a little different, but it's ultimately there are 10 basic X-Men plots. Mm-hmm. Aliens ruin Scott Summers' day. The teenage female audience surrogate, like Kitty, Jubilee, Armor, etc., does something cool. Mm-hmm. Bigots ruin Scott Summers' day. Storm wrestles with her leadership position.
Yeah.
Time travelers ruin Scott Summers' day.
Yeah.
Everything connects back to Wolverine.
Also true.
Literal demons rise up from hell to ruin Scott Summers' day. Professor Xavier turns out to have done a bad thing.
Yeah.
The other X-Men ruin Scott Summers' day. And the Phoenix shows up, most likely to ruin Scott Summers' day.
Those are the types of X-Men
Having
stories.
read like 20 plus years of X-Men comics, I'm like, that is so spot on.
Pretty accurate.
Right? And so I hope we see more of that in the show.
Yes.
Yeah. And you mentioned Wolverine. I want to mention this real fast because I think it's interesting, is that we really haven't seen...
He's like the least
him
developed character.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to.
We haven't seen much of it, yeah.
Yeah, he just pops in, he's like, I'm a jerk. Pops back out.
This
right?
is comic Wolverine.
Yeah. But not even to like... He's not comic relief.
I
Wolverine.
appreciate it, though.
No.
Dude, I appreciate it, especially because like the movies were so Wolverine centric. Like
Right.
we know Wolverine, we get it.
Yeah.
Like X-Men was always an ensemble thing. Like it was
It
the
was
team.
never just about.
It was never just about Wolverine. Yeah, and I think that they really did a disservice to X-Men and fans of the comics, quite honestly, by focusing it so much on him. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate that. Like, because like we're getting to watch Storm's side story. Like we're getting to watch.
a bunch of characters.
Yeah,
that we just never...
Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit go off and do a thing, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Yeah, when Wolverine does show up, he's kind of a jerk because in the comics he's kind of a jerk.
Right.
He's a short, stinky man.
But I feel like they're still going to do something with him.
Oh, absolutely.
That you're going to be like, oh yeah.
Well,
he's still cool though.
There's a reality. Yeah, there's a reality that like when the chips are down and everybody is struggling, like Wolverine steps up.
Right.
He does it in the comics. That's why he's part of the team. Why he's a valued member of the team, why he even at points has been a leader on the team. Like, it's coming, and that's fine. But I appreciate that they're focusing more on the actual team.
Oh yeah, and they're knocking that out the park.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's a watch, man.
Yeah,
definitely go watch that after you watch Bluey.
Yeah. Very excited to see where this goes. By the time we...
What is it, 10 episodes?
10 episodes, yeah.
Okay.
In a 3-part finale.
I hate that they're doing that, man. Give us a long season, man.
Yeah.
I know.
At least make the episodes a little longer.
Just really small at the same time is what I don't like this waiting stuff. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love waiting so we could really like...
Now I miss the days
soak in what we just saw.
Like, oh, the new Daredevil season came out? Let's watch it all night long. Right.
Because I'm not going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time like that to just... I'm going to stay up for hours to watch.
But at least they're available.
At least they're available because I can watch one every night.
Yeah.
An episode every night, you know.
I like it because I can split my attention a little more this way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like...
But see, you could do that anyway if you really wanted to. Like, I'm just going to watch one episode.
Yeah.
And then next week I'll watch another one.
I'll tell you, as someone who had to wait every single week to watch the X-Men when it was originally running, I hate it.
Fair. I feel like I'm getting that original experience.
Well, because it was
now.
right. It's not going to happen because now we're streaming. But like this, I remember like being really, the Gargoyles is a new show. It's really interesting, and I would race home every day to watch it. And then O.J. Simpson, right? And all the shows, all the cartoons, like right after school, got preempted. And even in the morning, man, it'd be like 6 a.m. and they're still talking about O.J. I'm like, I just want to watch a cartoon, man.
Yeah, that's not a problem now.
It's not a problem now. It's actually how I got into like weird shows like Gigantor and stuff.
Yeah, no choice.
Because there was like, you're like, let's watch the show that actually, or the channel that's actually showing cartoons at 6 a.m.
Yeah, and it was always those weird ones.
Yeah, Gigantor.
K-Pax or
the Ronin Warriors.
All right, well, that's our
episode. That's our Hour Ranter.
Yeah.
That's fandom for you.
Yeah!
And we're out.
We're done. We're done. Cut the camera.
Oh, that's funny.